Good afternoon, Chairwoman Pinto. I would like to thank you for this opportunity to testify today. My name is Ashley Anderson. I am a fellow at DC Justice Lab and a resident of Ward 6. We at DC Justice Lab would like to remind the council about how jump outs harm our Black residents. A jump out is when plainclothes police officers quickly appear out of unmarked cars in the community, jump out, surround someone, demand that they lower their waistband, and submit to a search. My testimony will share how jump outs are ineffective, waste resources, target Black residents, and undermine constitutional safeguards. We ask that this committee hold a roundtable exclusively on the use of jump outs and jump out squads and consider legislation to end jump out tactics and jump out units by the Metropolitan Police Department. Jump outs have been known as DC's scarier version of stop and frisk. While the purported purpose of jump outs is to remove contraband from the streets, data shows how jump outs are not effective in that purpose. The ACLU and ACLU of DC reported that in 2022, less than 1% of stops resulted in the seizure of a gun, and in 2023, only 1.2% of stops resulted in the seizure of guns. Appeals judges have a history of reversing convictions secured by prosecutors that have relied on guns seized by MPD. We should end jump outs because Black residents deserve to live in a DC that values them and does not view them as a threat. Between 2010 and 2017, Black residents were subjected to over 80% of stop and frisk, despite comprising of only 46% of the population. The vast majority of people stopped, frisked, or arrested by officers in DC Special Gun Recovery and Narcotic Units were Black. The role of the Committee on the Judiciary and Public Safety and a council as a whole is to represent the interests of DC residents and improve their quality of life. The council's role is to make law and oversee agencies, including MPD. Jump outs do not improve the quality of anyone's life in DC, and it's time that this council listen to Black residents and remove jump outs from our community. We know that jump outs are still happening because community members are sharing their stories with MPD and their experiences with MPD, and I ask that as you review the performance of MPD, that you consider and address the community's concerns of jump outs. Taxpayer dollars should go towards public safety solutions that actually work, not discriminatory and ineffective police units and tactics that only harm Black residents. This council has an enormous amount of power to stop state violence from happening. And you all should be speaking to Black community members in DC and hearing them talk about their experiences with MPD and make sure that people are safe. Victims of state violence deserve to have their voices heard. This committee has immense oversight power, and today you will speak to the Chief of Police. This council should require and demand a lot more information from MPD during this budget process, such as what is the plan to ensure that jump outs and jump out squads are no longer a part of MPD's practices? What is the long-term plan to hold officers who use jump outs accountable? And lastly, what is the long-term plan for holding MPD leadership who allow jump outs to happen under their watch accountable? I want to thank you again for the opportunity to speak with you all, and I look forward to working with you on ending jump outs.